2020 జేఈఈ మెయిన్ ఫలితాలలో ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ విద్యార్థుల ప్రభంజనం. ఆల్ ఇండియా అన్ని కేటగిరీస్లు 18, 35, 251, 253, 582, 606, 778, 780, 812, 821, 1031, 1049, 1303, 1575, 1654, 1753, 1754, 1978 ర్యాంకులే కాక మరెన్నో ఉత్తమ ఫలితాలు సాధించిన విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్. ఈ ఫలితాలు సాధించడానికి కారణమైన లెక్చరర్లు మరియు తల్లిదండ్రులకు మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్.
Good morning everybody. We discussed about motion in a plane, motion in a straight line and vectors. Heat topic, everything is completed. Now we can go through the topic circular motion. Circular motion. Circular motion means the body performing a circular path. So, rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth, rotation of the earth is circular path, but revolution of the earth around the sun is not the circular path, approximately it is the elliptical path. So, here we are discussing about circular path only. So, generally in a motionless straight line or motion in a plane, we discussed about linear velocity. So, starting velocity, a body starts with certain velocity, after certain time the velocity of the body, that means the body moves with acceleration. So, like this all we discussed about this, but in circular path how these quantities will be in the circular path, that is we have to discuss. Here also body performing the circular path, maybe the body moves with constant velocity, maybe the body moves with the increasing velocity, or the body moves with the decreasing velocity, like that. In different situations, how the quantities must be changes. So, that is we have to discuss about. In linear motion, that means in case of motion in a straight line or motion in a plane, we can discuss distance or displacement, but here also we can discuss about the distance and displacement. Here also we can discuss about velocity, acceleration, like that. So, first we can discuss about, here the first term in this one is angular displacement. What is that? It is angular displacement. It is denoted with theta. So, generally how can you define displacement? Shortest path between initial point and final point is called displacement. Shortest path between initial point and final point is called displacement. Here it is angular displacement. How can you define that angular displacement? So, here the body performing circular path, let us say this is the starting point. So, this is the center of the circular path and this is the starting point. In a small interval of time, let us say this is the position of the body, that is called angular displacement. The angle made by the body when it is performing, if the body performing circular path, the angle swept by the body in a small interval, in a given interval of time, that is called angular displacement. So, angular displacement is defined as if a body performing circular, when the body performing circular path, the angle swept by the body or the angle made by the body in a given interval of time with respect to starting position. Let us say this is the starting position. So, this is the starting position. Now, the body performing circular path here. So, let us say this is the circular path, body performing circular path. In this circular path, from this position to this position, from here to here, what is the angle made by the body for small revolution or small position from here to here? So, the angle made by the body is theta. So, that is called angular displacement. When the body, how can you define this is, when the body performing circular path, the angle made by the body the angle made by the body or at the angle swept by the body in a given time with respect to starting position. So that is called angular displacement. So the unit of this angular displacement is radian. So here it is, we know the relation 180 degrees is equals to pi radians. 180 degrees equals to pi radians. 1 degree is equals to pi by 180 radian. So the unit of this angular displacement is radian. It doesn't have any dimensional formula. It's having only unit. It doesn't have any dimensional formula. So the unit is 180. Unit is radian. So 180 degrees. The relation is 180 degrees equals to pi radian. 1 degree equals to pi by 180 degree. Pi by 180 radian. Let us say here 30 degrees. So 30 into pi by 180. So that is equals to pi by 6. Generally we can represent 30 degrees as pi by 6 radians. In the same way 60 degrees. So 60 into pi by 180. So that means 63 is pi by 3 radian. 60 degrees is pi by 3 radian, like that. So this is angular displacement, angle made by the body or angle swept by the body with respect to the starting position in a given interval of time. That is called angular displacement. Unit is radian. So this is the relation between degrees and radian, angle and radian. 180 degrees is nothing but pi radians, like that. So now here, if the body completes one rotation, one complete circular path, so the angle swept by the body is equals to 360 degrees, or we can write 2 pi radian. So that means here the body starts from this position. So this is the position of the starting position of the body. Now the body performing circular path, and it completes one complete circular path. It completes one rotation. What is the angle swept by the body? 360 degrees. See here. So this is the position. Here the body completes one circular path and again reaches to this position. So in this situation, the total angle made by the body is 360 degrees. So the 360 degrees is nothing but 2 pi radian. So for example, if the body completes two rotations, so the angle swept by the body is equals to 2 into 360. So that is 2 into 2 pi. Next, if the body completes n rotations, then angle swept by the body, angle theta is equals to n into 2 pi. So that is theta is equals to, simply we can write 2 pi n. For n rotations or for n revolutions, the angle made by the body is equals to how much? 2 pi n. So this is angular displacement, angle made by the body in a given time with respect to starting position. Unit is radian. 180 radian equals to 180 degrees equals to pi radian. Based on this we can write. So for example, for one rotation, one complete rotation, the angle made by the body is 360. That is nothing but 2 pi. If the body completes two rotations, 2 into 360 or 2 into 2 pi. For the body completes n rotations, we can write 2 pi n. So this is angular displacement. Its unit is radian. It doesn't have dimensions. Angular displacement doesn't have dimensions. It does not have any dimensions. So that means its dimension formula is nothing. Not possible to represent dimensionalities. not possible to represent dimensionally. So here, okay, so it doesn't have any dimension formula. Whether it is scalar quantity or vector quantity, angular displacement is a scalar quantity generally. Angular displacement is a scalar quantity. But for small angles, it is a small value of theta. At this position, this direction gives this one. For small angles, theta is vector, but generally it is a scalar quantity. But very small angles, let us say the angle is 0.5, 0.6, something like that. For that small angles, the angle theta is a scalar quantity, vector quantity. Generally for normal angles, this is a scalar quantity. Generalized it is angular displacement is a scalar quantity. Like that. Next, this is about angular displacement. Next, what is angular velocity? Next condition. Angular velocity. What is meant by the angular velocity? How can I define this angular velocity? And it is denoted with the letter omega. Angular velocity. Simply rate of change of angular displacement. Or the angle made by the body in a given interval of time. So that is angle divided by time, or angular displacement by time is nothing but angular velocity. So omega can be written as simply theta by t, or for small values of theta, omega can be written as theta by delta t tends to 0 t. So omega can be written as, in this situation, d theta by dt. That means delta theta by delta t. Delta t tends to 0, that is delta t. So this is instantaneous angular velocity. Just like velocity, what we can write velocity? Velocity v is equals to ds by dt, rate of change of displacement. Here also it can be written as rate of change of angular displacement. So its unit is, what is the unit? Theta unit is radian, time unit is second. So the unit of angular velocity is radian per second. And its dimensional formula is, so radians doesn't have any dimensions. So that is 1 by second t, that is t inverse, time inverse, radian per second. Unit of this angular velocity is radian per second. So we previously discussed radian doesn't have any dimensional formula. So that's why dimension formula is 0, something divided by second dimension formula is t. So that is t power minus 1. So dimensional formula of angular velocity, and here it is a vector quantity. Angular velocity is a vector quantity. So what is the direction? So vector means it must have both magnitude and direction. So magnitude is omega equals to theta by t. Based on this theta by t we can write the magnitude, or d theta by dt we can find out the magnitude. But what is the direction? The direction of angular velocity is in the direction of angular change in angular displacement. In the direction of change in angular displacement. And it is a pseudo vector. Angular velocity is a pseudo vector. Pseudo vector means, so generally pseudo force or pseudo in the sense really does not exist. If we also in that frame, then only we can observe. That means, how can you feel this angular velocity here? It is, for example, if a body is moving in a circular path here, if a body, let us say if a body is moving in a circular path, if you observe from outside that body, if we are moving out, we are observing this body from outside, we can't feel this angular velocity. Of course, we are also rotating with respect to that rotating body. Here, let us say this is the body performing circular path. We are also rotating with this body. Then only we can feel this angular velocity. If we are observing this from outside, not possible to observe it. That's why that is called a pseudo vector. Best example is a pendulum is hanging from the roof of the car. If the car starts suddenly in the forward direction, then what is the direction of motion of the pendulum? Backwards. Direction of motion of the pendulum is backwards. Because who applying force on that pendulum? Nobody is applying force on that pendulum. But if you are also inside the car, then only we can feel that backward. Otherwise, not possible. For example, we are sitting in the bus. If the bus starts suddenly, what we can feel? We can feel the backward jerk. But the person outside the bus does not feel that backward jerk. So that is here also, if that is called pseudo force. Really we are not applying force. For example, we are sitting in the bus. If the bus starts suddenly, what we observe? Suddenly we fall backwards. We can experience backward jerk. Who is applying force on you people? Nobody is applying force, but we are experiencing that force. That force is called pseudo force. In the same way, so force is a vector. That's why that is also called as a pseudo vector. Same way, here if the body is performing circular path, if we are also performing circular path with respect to that body, then only we can observe this angular velocity. Otherwise, if you are outside, not possible. We are not experiencing anything. So that is the meaning of pseudo. So this is the angular velocity and its unit and its dimensions. So now, how can you find out the value of this angular velocity? See here. Next here in this angular velocity, let us say angular velocity simply can be written as theta by t. So from this theta also can be written as omega t. Omega equals to theta by t, or theta is equals to omega t. So anything we can, depending on the situation, we can use these relations. For example, here the condition is if the body completes n rotations in time t seconds, what is its angular velocity? Body completes n rotations in t seconds, what is its angular velocity? So generally for n rotations, so before going to that, what is the value of omega? Simply theta by t or d theta by dt. So then generally it is theta. For n rotations, theta can be written as 2 pi n. So n rotations, n is the frequency. N is the frequency. Frequency in the sense, the number of rotations or the number of oscillations made by the body in 1 second. Number of oscillations or number of rotations made by the body in 1 second, that is called frequency. So theta is equals to 2 pi n. So then we can, omega can be written as 2 pi n by t. 2 pi n by t, where t is called time period. Where t is called time period. Okay, small t, let us say that. So this is the relation 2 pi n by t. Here, if t is equals to 1, then n is the frequency, or if n is equals to 1, then t is equals to t is the time period. What is the meaning of that? So that means here if you write, if t is equals to 1, omega can be written as 2 pi n. If n is equals to 1, omega can be written as 2 pi by t. So this is in terms of frequency and this is in terms of time period. So in terms of frequency, this is in terms of time period. This is in terms of time period. This is the values. What is meant by the frequency? What is meant by the time period? So that means in the time period of 2 seconds, let us say, the time period, that means if t is equals to 1, then the time period is 1 second. Let us say if the body completes 2 rotations in 1 second, if the body completes 2 rotations in 1 second, so this 1 second is the time period. How can you define time period? The time taken by the body to complete 1 revolution or 1 rotation. The time taken by the body to complete 1 revolution or 1 rotation is called, what is that? Time period. And frequency is called number of rotations or number of revolutions or number of oscillations made by the body in 1 second. So that means time period. Here if t is equals to 1, that is called time period. Then we can write 2 pi n. 2 pi n. So that means only frequency is mentioned in the problem. Frequency is mentioned in the problem. So frequency is, let us say, n. So that is 2 pi n we can write. If the time period only mentioned in the problem, that means n is equals to 1, then omega can be written as 2 pi by t. Omega can be written as 2 pi by t. So that is in terms of time period and in terms of frequency it is. So this is the condition. So here omega equals to 2 pi n, omega equals to 2 pi by t. 2 pi by t. So now if only time period is mentioned in the problem, how can you calculate the omega value? We can use 2 pi by t. If only time period is mentioned, then how can you find out the value of angular velocity, that is equals to 2 pi by t? If only frequency is mentioned in the problem, so actual formula is omega equals to 2 pi n by t, where n is called frequency if t is equals to 1. N is called frequency, then it is when that condition n becomes frequency, t equals to 1. So then omega can be written as simply 2 pi n, where n is called the frequency. How can you define frequency? Number of oscillations or the number of rotations or the number of revolutions made by the body in 1 second, that is called frequency. So, like that. In the same way, T is called time period if n is equals to 1, then omega can be written as 2 pi by t. So, that means time period. How can you define time period? The time taken by the body to complete one rotation or one revolution or one oscillation. Time taken by the body to complete one rotation or one revolution or one whatever it is, that is called time period. If only time period is mentioned, omega can be written as 2 pi by t. If only frequency is mentioned, omega can be written as 2 pi n, like this. So, this is about angular velocity. Angular velocity. So, angular velocity formula is generally theta by t. Theta can be written as 2 pi n by t. Depending on the situation, we can use this. How can we use this? If only time period is given, 2 pi by t we can write. If only frequency is given, we can write 2 pi n, like that. So, very important this omega is. How can we write omega value in terms of frequency and temperature, frequency and time period. And one more thing is, frequency is equals to reciprocal of time period. Frequency is equals to reciprocal of time period. So, that is the relation between the frequency and time period. N is equals to 1 by t, where n is frequency and t is time period. So, this is the relation omega value. Next. How can you find out the angular velocity? For example, in a wall clock, we have seconds pendulum, seconds hand, minutes hand, hours hand. How can you calculate the angular velocity of that? So, first angular velocity of seconds hand in the clock. So, how can you calculate the angular velocity of the seconds hand in the clock? So, here to complete one rotation, seconds hand take how much time? To complete one rotation, seconds hand takes how much time? 60 seconds or 1 minute to complete one rotation. So, omega generally can be written as theta by t. Theta by t. So, theta is how much? Here to complete one rotation, for every rotation it takes the same time. 60 seconds, second rotation 60 seconds, every rotation. For one rotation, what is the time taken? It is 60 seconds. So, for one rotation, what is the angle made by the seconds hand? One complete rotation, 360 degrees. For one complete rotation, let us say, for one complete rotation, clock, hours hand, minutes hand, seconds hand, like that. So, to complete one complete rotation, what is the time taken? It is 60 seconds for that. So, for one rotation, what is initially it starts at this position and finally it reaches to this position. What is the angle swept by the body? Angle swept by the seconds hand here 360 degrees. 360 degrees can be written as 2 pi by t is 60. Angle swept by the body is 360 degrees. 360 degrees can be written as 2 pi by 60. So, from this omega can be written as pi by 30 radian per second. Omega equals to pi by 30 radian per second. That is omega. Next, angular velocity of angular velocity of minute's hand. Angular velocity of the minute's hand. So, what is the time taken to complete minute's hand for one rotation? So, to complete one rotation, so minute's hand, to complete one rotation, minute's hand takes how much time? 60 minutes, but time must be in seconds. 1 minute 60 seconds, that is 3600 seconds. So that's why again omega can be written as theta by t. So for one rotation, for one complete rotation, theta is 2 pi, time is 3600, so that is pi by 1800. Omega equals to pi by 1800 radian per second. Pi by 1800 radian per second, omega equals to, this is the value. Next, angular velocity of hour's hand. Hour's hand in the clock. So hour's hand, to complete one rotation, hour's hand takes how much time? 12 hours. To complete one rotation, it takes 12 hours. So that is 1 hour is 3600. So that is 12 into 3600 seconds it takes. So angular velocity is equals to theta by t. For one rotation, it is theta by t is 12 into 3600. So that is pi by 6 into 3600. So pi by 21600 radian per second. This is also radian per second. So like this. So this is the way to find out the angular velocity of the hands in a clock. Seconds hand, minutes hand and hours hand. Second hand, it takes 60 seconds to complete one rotation. Hours hand 3600 seconds. Next is this like this. Next to indulo one more condition is so for example, why only we have to consider for only one rotation? So for two rotations, 2 theta by 2t, 2 gets cancelled. For 3 rotations, 3 theta by 3t, like that only. For one rotation, it takes 60 seconds. So for one rotation, it is 6. Theta is equals to, for one rotation, 2 pi by 60. So okay, pi by 30, very good. For 2 rotations, omega can be 2 rotations, 2 into 2 pi. Time is 2 into 60. 2 gets cancelled. Same only. For 3 rotations, for 4 rotations, like that. So that's why generally angular velocity of seconds hand or hours hand or a minutes hand can be calculated for only for one rotation, like this. And here one more thing, it is given like that. If the body or if the wheel of the vehicle, moving with, wheel of the vehicle is moving with, so let us say 1200 rpm. 1200 rpm. What is its angular velocity? How can you calculate? rpm. rpm in the sense rotations per minute. rpm means rotations per minute. So here rpm in the sense rotations per minute. Rotations per minute. So here rotations per minute. For one rotation, what is the angle? Generally, omega formula is theta by t. How many rotations here? 1200 rotations. 1200 rotations. For one rotation theta is 2 pi. For one rotation theta is 2 pi. T is per minute. How many seconds? 60. 60 20s. 40 pi. Like this. This is the way to calculate. If the given problem, in the given problem it is given as 1200 rotations per minute. Rotations per minute. So omega generally can be written as theta by t. Theta is angle. So 1200 into. For one rotation, what is the angle? 2 pi. T is 60, that is 40 pi. Like this. This is the way to calculate the angular velocity.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.